Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to do a quick weekly garden update. Just because next week when I record my garden tour, I'll be doing the same thing. Uh, but I want to show you what I did for this week. I didn't do too much. Basically, I just watered every day just to make sure the plants didn't die. And because this week it got up into the 90s, so it's pretty warm. I say every day, but I missed like 1 or 2 days, so not every day, but I'll show you the newly raised bed that plants are coming up right now. So that's pretty cool. The cover crop is coming up. I'll show you the sunflower is trying to produce a seed, I guess. It's going to flower right now, should I say. I'll show you the apple, the pomegranate. I'll show you everything, obviously. Um, and yeah, let's just get started with the video. Alright, guys, so I sifted a bunch of soil. I'm getting this ready for a different video, so I'll be right. It'll be a separate video on this. But over here is the 4x4 raised bed. You can see it's taken over by Bermuda grass, and there's a little bit of potatoes, so that's a good sign. Hopefully, we get a good harvest before the Bermuda grass takes over this whole raised bed. But I have a different idea for this raised bed in the future, but that's not for this video, it's for a different video. Here's the carrots. They're doing pretty good. I probably have to harvest these soon because they're not doing too much better. Over here, these carrots died. I have to sift the soil also, but I'll do that later because I don't have any more space in my wagon. Over here, the other 4x4 raised bed. Some of the potatoes are starting to go yellow, die back a little bit. The tomatillos are growing pretty well, so I'm happy about that. They were really small before. I also need to do a raised bed. I need to do an update on these two raised beds, but as of right now, this is how they look like. Over here, the three 15-gallon grassroots flower pots. And I'm planning to plant some peppers in here. I'll show you in a minute how this pepper look like. I don't think they're ready to transplant just yet, but soon. Over here, the Meyer lemon doing pretty well in this 5-gallon, almost 6-gallon pot. Here's the orange tree, or blood orange, should I say. I think you need to get new containers for these containers because these are probably too small. Let me know what I should do with these. I'm not sure, but I think I need a bigger container. Okay, so over here, there's some cactus. There's a one pepper that I don't remember what variety it is, so I'll probably transplant into a larger container, but not into the raised bed like the other peppers that I have. Here's the strawberry. You can see it's starting to produce some strawberries, so I'm happy about that. Got some more cactus over here. Here's the blueberry. So far, looking so good. And yeah, let me show you the peppers on turnabout for the 15 gallons. Okay, first things first. This is the ancho chili pepper. This one I do know. Uh, Actually, the plant tag is starting to disappear, so I don't know what this is actually. So I guess we'll find out what that is in the future. But these are the pepperoni peppers that I plan to grow in those 15-gallon grassroots flower pots. So stay tuned for that because eventually I'm gonna plant these in there. I just don't know when yet because I think they're still pretty small. But if you think they're fine, let me know. And I'll probably transplant it a bit earlier than I would think. But yeah, I don't know what to do with them right now because I don't think they're ready yet. So I don't want to transplant them just yet. All right, YouTube. So this is the pumpkin that's finally growing. If you remember the video I uh, posted about a couple of weeks ago, probably like a month ago now, where I planted a pumpkin in here, and then over here was like zucchini, stuff like that. So far the zucchini hasn't came up yet, only the one pumpkin, so a little disappointing on that. But other than that, here's the sunflower. It's growing nice and tall. Like I said, I started to produce a flower. Hopefully it goes to seed soon, and we can harvest some seed and probably eat some. But other than that, the sunflowers that I planted are still really tiny. I don't know why. Maybe because my soil is really hard, or I don't know actually. But yeah, the other zucchini plants and the pumpkin from over here hasn't came up yet. The cactus is starting to regrow, so that's pretty cool. Over here we have the raised bed I was talking about earlier, where I filled it up about 2 weeks ago now. I planted a cover crop. If you've seen that video, if you have, you know what I planted or when I planted. No, where I planted my cover crop. If you haven't seen that video, I'll probably link it on top or at the end of the video, whichever one I remember. But either way, I found some green onions that were uh, old, I guess. I put it in this raised bed just so they can have a second chance at life. Maybe they'll start growing again. Maybe they won't. Either way, hopefully, I'm hoping they'll go to seed so they can uh, give me seed for next year or whatever. But yeah, so far this is how the raised bed looks like with the very little crop that's grown so far. And we'll see this once it's all nice and grown in. I'll show you that in a later date, obviously, but as of right now, this is how it looks like. Alright, YouTube, so I'm planning to do a corn update on this raised bed. That's not today's video, obviously, but to show you right now, it looks really good. Over here is a pomegranate tree. It's finally producing fruit for the first year. You can see there's a pretty decent sized one here. My shadow's getting in the way, but yeah, I'm really happy about this. And over here, the smaller brother is looking really sad. I think I am watering way too much for this tree. Uh, um, it can handle all the water. If that's not the case, I don't know why it's so small then, but either way, that's how this pomegranate tree looks like. Maybe I'll do something different. Maybe I'll water it less and just probably just hand water the rest of the raised beds. There's the pepper raised bed. You can see basically nothing's growing in here, and what is growing, like these uh, peppers, it's just two of them basically. I think it's three in here, but I obviously need to replant them. I don't have any other transplants though to transplant in here, but once I do, I will do that, and I'll probably make a separate video on that. But as of right now, we just got 2 or 3, maybe 4 sad peppers in here. Hopefully, once those peppers are ready to get transplanted in here, I'll make a video on that. Over here on this raised bed, this is the black bean raised bed. This raised bed is doing really well. I need to cut back the winter rye to help out the beans. Even though the beans seems to be doing just fine, they might be going to flower soon. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like it a little bit, but same time I don't think it is. But yeah, guys, this bean raised bed is looking really good. Also, I'm really happy about that. And over here with the mini orchard, I can't even call it the mini orchard because I planted several trees, but it's not spaced correctly, I guess, or I don't know the correct term, but this is just my version of a mini orchard. It's going really well. You can see the pear tree is growing more leaves, which I'm happy about. This plum tree, pretty sure is dead, so I have to replace this one again. This apple tree is growing nice and well. You can see, no, there's an apple right here, and an apple right here. Um, Hopefully we get some fruits this year. If I remember correctly, this is the cherry tree. So I planted about 2 months ago also, and it's growing nice and well also. The fig tree, pretty sure that's dead, so I have to replace that. I can't even tell if you can see that. But yeah, there's a fig tree that's supposed to be there. This is a hazelnut tree. I waited another 2 months for this one, so I'm glad this one's still alive. I thought it was dead for a second. I'm pretty sure this is the peach tree, if I remember correctly. No, apricot tree, if I remember correctly. And this one's also growing new leaves, so how about that? The raspberry is growing nice and well. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace.